Yeah, happy. Good to get through. Clean bill of health, that's always important in these trial games. So, yeah, that was one of the things you always hope for as a coaching group. So that was good. Good to have a look at a few different things. We were able to expose a few first gamers, if you like, albeit it's not in the home and away season, but that was good as well. And yeah, just trial guys in certain different positions and have a look at a few things. So overall, very happy.
What did you like most?
Probably the spread across the field in regards to the even contribution. So one of the things that we've been working hard on is our ability to be able to score on the back of turnover or play the game in our front half, and we felt that we were able to do that at different stages. Port did really well to get through us, so that we'll sort of have a look at the why. Yet overall happy with our ability to be able to score.
Riley being a midfielder, how much is that him asking you, or you guys thinking that to be a real weapon for you, having some, guys 200 or so centimetres around the ball?
Yeah, it's pretty handy to have a guy that can run and cover the ground like Riley does. Once he found out I was going to be coaching, he was knocking on the door pretty quickly. And yeah, we saw glimpses of that. We've had a look at that over the pre-season and we'll continue to explore that.
Can you talk us through that decision for you to take the reins tonight?
Yeah, well, Nixie came to us and talked us through the reasons why. One of the big things was his ability to be able to just observe the game, and there's a bit happening with the 5 on the bench now, so he wanted to make sure that he was across that as well. And it's a long season, so it just gives him the opportunity to stay fresh.
Just on that extra bench spot, and Riley, having someone like Toby Murray who can play, how much does that then also free up, Riley to focus on what he does best?
Yeah, it's a good weapon to be able to have that, and Toby Murray showed some really good improvement and showed that he's more than capable, not only playing as a key forward, but also going into the ruck as well. So it does give us some flexibility.
Do you think an AFL debut is not too far away for Toby?
Well, again, he's going to continue to get opportunities on the back of performing. So it's good. Yeah, it gives us options.
A lot's been made of Lockie McAndrew, and he certainly looked impressive in that first half. What did you make of his performance today?
Yeah, Lockie was really solid, like he has been all pre-season. He's handy being that tall. He's got a great vertical leap. But we also saw what he can do marking the ball, whether it be the forward line or behind the ball as well. So he's had a good pre-season, and that was on show tonight.
If only he kicked that goal for you in the first.
If only. Yeah, it would have been nice for him to reward himself. Yeah, Cookie was probably the same as well. We saw some really good stuff from him on the wing, and it's a bit of a shame he didn't reward himself, but he's putting himself in good spots.
With Cookie, is that as much because he's been training as a halfback so much this pre-season? Is that just because Cummings wasn't playing today that he moved a bit up on the wing?
Yeah, it's a bit of making sure we've got depth through there, and we know that he can do that. So again, another opportunity to be able to show us that he can play in multiple positions. Yeah.
Charlie Edwards is another one pushing for an AFL debut. There's a lot of Crows fans who are quite excited about him. He showed a fair bit in the midfield with his frame at times.
Yeah, we have to understand that these guys are going up against some pretty good midfielders, so to be able to come in and do some of the things that he did, he'll take a lot of belief from that.
How much has your depth grown in the last couple of years, do you think? You've got a lot of guys out tonight, but around the ground feels like you're very strong.
Yeah, and we touched on that post-game. That's a really good sign of a strong club, is one that can have injuries and be able to call on that depth. And it's a credit to the playing group and the coaching group in the way that the standards of training now mean that we're at a higher level and the expectations that come with that. So it's a good thing.
And Murray, that three-headed monster looks strong again. Like Walker, Riley and Darcy, it looks like that. He's going to be one of your go-tos again this season. Yeah, we think those guys are difficult matchups for opposition, and we like the fact that you've got the smalls that are buzzing around as well. And Luke Pedler made mention of the fact that they don't drop too many, but they're there if they do. And he was another one that probably kicked a few goals. I don't know who kicked our goals tonight. I'm the wrong person to ask, but it felt like we had different options going inside our forward half.
It would have been nice as a coaching group to see Jack Saligo play a half after, I guess, he's been managed the last couple of weeks. How do you kind of build him up so he's back to what he can do best for round one?
Yeah, that's really it. He's just on some managed minutes, and he was probably a little bit rusty. Even talking to Jake, he was blowing a bit there by the end, but it's a good result that he was able to get through, and we'll continue to build on that.
Do you think now this is like there's not going to be any setbacks now? All going in a positive direction for it?
I hope so. That's the plan.
Dawson just managed in the second half?
Yeah, that's right. Look, we have to manage all our players at different stages. He had a really strong first half, as everyone would have seen, and he spent a bit of time forward as well, so that's a nice weapon to be able to have. But I don't think he's missed a training session, so it was nice to be able to do that tonight.
Do you think you might throw him forward a little bit more this year?
If he keeps playing like that, we might, and if we can keep playing guys through the midfield, again, that's that depth that if you can have different options through there, it's just nice levers to be able to pull as a coach.
What do you kind of arrive at with Rush's split? Because he played a fair bit midfield in the first half, and then when Soligo came in, he played a bit more forward. Second half, how do you kind of see his split kind of be?
Yeah.
Midfield and forward?
Again, it's always hard to answer that question because it depends a little bit on how the game's going and what Rash might be doing as a forward, and you're always having those conversations as a coaching group. So yeah, we'll just continue to monitor that one.
What have you made of Wayne Miller as pre-season so far? It looks like he's back to really his damaging best at times.
Yeah, his ball use coming out of the back half is something that is really valuable. He's a great leader down there amongst our backs, and yeah, he's another one that's had a really good pre-season.
Last two.